Hey guys, welcome back to the Blues Lesson Series. In this video, we're going to walk through all 5 of the minor pentatonic scale boxes, and then we'll add the blues notes, turning it into the blues scale. So the minor pentatonic scale is not the end-all be-all as far as improvisation is concerned, but it's a great foundation to have. When you're talking about rock and blues, that is a big portion of what is being utilized. And of course, we'll explore other concepts, but if you feel really comfortable with the minor pentatonic scale and the blues scale, then it certainly makes it a lot easier to manage adding a couple more notes or changing a couple of notes to create a different sound. So we'll walk through each box. We'll add the blues notes to each box after we go through the minor pentatonic scale. And I'm also going to bring your attention to one particular root note in each box. It's good to make note of that as you're starting this stuff out, or even going back to review it, so you can more quickly locate different minor pentatonic scale boxes in different keys. So this isn't necessarily about using them for improv, but it's just running through and getting them down, learning how to see them on the neck and how they connect. So I'll go ahead and point one thing out. Every box except for one sits inside of one position. So what I mean by that is one position could be looked at as 4 frets. We have 4 fingers that we're using on the fretboard. So here I'm in 5th position, or my index finger is at the 5th fret, my middle finger, finger 2, is at the 6th fret, finger 3 is at the 7th fret, and finger 4 is at the 8th fret. So I'm sitting in one position there. I don't have to shift around the neck. So boxes 1, 2, 4, and 5 all sit inside of one position. And box 3 is the only minor pentatonic scale that has a little shift in it. I'll also say this: the fingers that we're going to use are strictly for learning how to see it on the neck, but they're not necessarily the fingers that you would use when you're playing it. However, you can use this to get comfortable with it initially and then break away from it. So I'm going to call it out strictly based on finger numbers in one position, and I'll let you know in box 3 when we're shifting. So here we go. This is box 1. I'm in 5th position, so starting on the 5th fret. Starting on string 6, it's 1, 4. And then string 5, 1, 3. String 4, 1, 3. String 3, 1, 3. String 2, 1, 4. String 1, 1, 4. I'm going to stop calling out the string number so we can get through a little bit quicker. Now I'm going to just descend that. 4, 1. 4, 1. 3, 1. 3, 1. 3, 1. 4, 1. Now all the way up and down. First note that we're playing on string 6 is the root note. That would be the note to visualize to find this scale. And that is why it's box 1, because we're starting on the root note. Now let's go ahead and add in the blues notes. Blues notes are going to be on the 6th fret, string 5, and on the 8th fret, string 3. Alright, so I'll pause when we get to that. So playing, ascending it again. Here it is, 6th fret. Here it is again. Blues note. Blues note. Box 1, guys. Now we're going to slide up to this note that our finger 4 was on, but we're going to put finger 2 there. So now I'm in 7th position. Finger 1 is aligned with the 7th fret. All right, so the minor pentatonic scale. Oh, and real quick, the root note that we're going to visualize here for the minor pentatonic scale is the 4th string, the first note on the 4th string for box number 2. And in this case, for A minor, it's string 4, fret 7. That's that first root note that we'll encounter. All right, finger numbers starting on fret 8, string 6. Here we go. 2, 4, 1, 4, 1, 4, 1, 3, 2, 4, 2, 4, 4, 2, 4, 2, 3, 1, 4, 1, 4, 1, 4, 2. Okay, now we're going to add a blues note, or the blues notes. I'm going to make a little side note here. So there's, when the blues note is in between the last note of one string and the first note of another string, you have the option to play it a half step above that last note on the first string that you encounter, or a half step below the first note. So this is C, D, D sharp, and then this is E, D sharp is right beneath it. So you have that blues note in 2 locations. I'm just going to slide into the E for every time we run into that, but that's just that's something to know, that you can play that in 2 locations when that does happen, where it's kind of split between 2 strings. All right, so I'll pause at the blues notes. It's going to be string 5, fret 6, string 3, fret 8, and string 1, fret 11. Blues note, slide back into 7th position. Blues note. Blues note. Box 2. All right, box 3, this is where we're going to have the little shift in the hand, and the root is going to be the 2nd note on string 5. So I'm in 9th position here. Finger 1 is aligned with the 9th fret. It's going to be an odd fingering for the left hand. You can always change that later on, but use this just to be able to see the scale better. So root note is right here on string 5, fret 12. Or the 2nd note on string 5 of box 3 pattern. All right, 9th position, starting on finger 2. Finger 2, fret 10. 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 1, 4. Here's where we shift up 1 fret. So here I'm playing 9, 12, and I shift up with finger 1. And I play 1, 4, or frets 10 and 13, and then 1, 3, or frets 10 and 12 on string 1. Going back down, 3, 1, 4, 1, shift back a fret, 4, 1, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2. Notes that we're going to encounter are going to be in between fingers 2 and 4 here on string 6, that's fret 11, and then string 3, fret 8, and string 1, fret 11. I'll pause at each one of those the first time through. note is going to be on the first note on string 5, or for A minor pentatonic is going to be string 5, fret 12 for box 4. We're in 12th position here, starting on finger 1, finger number 1 4, 1 4, 1 3, 1 3, 2 4, 1 4, 4 1, 4 2, 3 1, 3 1, 4 1, 4 1. Okay, now adding the blues notes. We have one on string 4, that's fret 13. And then we have one on string 2. This is fret 16. That's it. I'll pause at each one of those. So I did something different than what I said. I slid up from the D instead of up from the E. But this spot in particular within box 4, you can, this is something that happens all the time, where you can bend on that D or on that 4th scale degree and grab the note out of the scale on string 1 as well. So that's probably the more commonly used one, but you can still use it however you see fit. So a little bit quicker through that. All right, and box 5 to cap it off. We're also going to take this one down an octave so we can see how it connects back to where we started. So we're shifting to 14th position. My index finger is aligned with the 14th fret, starting on finger 2, and my root note is the second note on string 6 or fret 17. So that's the minor root for the minor pentatonic scale. Here we go. In 14th position, starting on finger 2, fret 15. Finger 2 and 4. 2 4, 1 4, 1 4, 2 4, 2 4, 4 2, 4 2, 4 1, 4 1, 4 2, 4 2. All right, and a little bit quicker. Notes in. We're going to have one at the 13th fret, string 4, and we're going to have one at the 16th fret, string 2. And I'll pause at those as we go the first time. Faster. That is box 5, guys, and so from here we'll be back in box 1. It's a little crammed up, so that box 5, here's back. We're back at box 1 here in 5th position. into second position here, and we'll have that same box number 5 that we were just playing through. Or with the blues notes. That's it. That's all 5 boxes with the blues notes. So get familiar with those. Remember where the root notes are. That's super important, especially if you're just starting this out. But great information to add in if you've never thought about it that way, because you're not always just going to be staying in one key, and you want to have as many possible different ways to discover these scales or get in and out of them as possible. Any new perspective will give you added clarity on how you're seeing everything on the neck, and not just going by some strict rote memory that you've implemented through an exercise, which is good as well, but you just don't want to rely strictly on that. Give yourself as many options or perspectives as possible. Anyways, that's all 5 boxes. We're going to dig into each one of those in the videos coming up, and do some exercises, do some improv with them. So stay tuned for that. Have fun learning those 5 boxes, guys. See you in the next video. Thanks.